So academics, failed love affair, all these things, or sometimes parental rejection also causes them to take some extreme steps. These days, what we have noticed, there is a change in a pattern. Uh, Most of the teenagers or the youngsters now, they want something, and they want instant gratification. Many a times we have seen that before results or after 10th and 12th results, the number of suicide cases or youngsters, teenagers committing suicide increases as they fail in the exams or they get less marks as expected by them. Then they tend to commit. Just giving them a good listening ear may sometimes protect them, prevent them, and tell their own feelings. Many a times, this is called as ventilation or telling your own feelings to someone. If you are able to listen to their feelings and maybe rationalize something, and in a way you are helping them. Don't not to criticize them or just say that ऐसा क्यों सोचता है and ऐसा नहीं सोचना चाहिए था. Rather than that, uh, telling them some plans or just listening to them and rationalizing some things with them can help. Taking professional help from psychiatrists and psychologists do help. Suicidality, or it is impulsive, what we call it as impulsive and planned. So many a times the what I was talking about teenagers, many a times it is just impulsive. At that moment, they feel that they shouldn't leave and they try to commit something. So if we are able to take that away, that impulse away, that impulse lasts for a very very short duration of time, and if they find somebody to talk to for that particular time, maybe 15 minutes or half an hour, then they start rationally thinking, and their impulse comes down, and in a way many people can be protected by this. There are various helplines, suicide prevention helplines, which do this kind of work. It has taken a dip
Yeah.
when COVID started, when everybody was at home. It has taken a dip. The reasons which we don't know, but we predict that we feel that since everybody was around and there was a social support system because of that, and they didn't have any means to stay alone and commit.
Yeah.
Maybe the reason.
The
But
families
now,
were together and they didn't had the, time and privacy to think about certain things. And
yes,
yeah. So mostly when a person tries to commit suicide, the person is sent to government hospital or public hospitals. So in that case, the doctor may have, treated the patient physically, but then for the mental assistance, they send them to the psychiatrist or the psychologist. But as this
yes,
is a taboo in
yes,
India, to visit the psychologist, people don't, just show up to the psychologist and, miss that part. And then this attempt of suicide reoccurs, and this time they try to do something much more lethal, and that ends up in
yes,
death, with the death. So how can we prevent
yes.
and educate people to
Uh,
go and take help?
in some countries, mandatory. Mandatory that whenever a suicide comes, attempted suicide comes, then he has to be shown to a psychiatrist. There are some hospitals which make it compulsory that whenever there is a case of attempted suicide, then they should be shown to a psychiatrist. Once they are exposed to psychiatrist, the psychiatrist goes to them, counsels the patient as well as counsels the relatives. And usually, what we do is we go there. The suicidality won't come down immediately, but we tell them to come back after a week, follow up after a week, and we can try to solve issues, give them some medication, and take it further from there. Keeping myself happy and keeping myself going. When I see patients responding to my treatment, people improving, and some people, they can give our fees. Some people, some poor patients, they are not able to give money, but they say that डॉक्टर साहब आपको दुआ लग रही है, एंड दैट दुआ लग, डॉक्टर साहब आपको दुआ लगेंगे, हमको अच्छा कर दिया, और वी वर नॉट एबल टू थिंक अबाउट थिंग्स. बहुत ज्यादा उदासी थी, मर जाने के ख्याल आते थे, एंड नाउ with your medicines, with your counseling, we have improved. That makes me going.
All right. So thank you so much for joining us. I hope and I wish this interview, helps out so many people, who are even thinking about, something like this. So thank you so much
Yes.
for joining us, sir.
Thank you, madam.